Before I start, I have to say something extremely important. And that is, remember to drink water. You know, some people out there aren't really doing that much of a good job trying to stay hydrated. And hey, that's okay. Everyone makes mistakes and there's always room for improvement. So just remember, drink some more water and make sure you are staying hydrated. That is something that is just extremely good for you. And hey, you're gonna feel real good too. Anyway, that's it. You know, I'm just a man on the internet trying to help you out over here. But either way, now let me talk about something else, which is also important, and that is following your dreams. This is something that I think everyone should at least try to do. Put in some effort to make your goals a reality. And not so long ago, someone ended up proving to hundreds of people that if you believe in yourself, never give up, and keep on trying. I'm pretty sure those last two things that I said means the exact same thing, but who cares? If you just never give up, you can achieve anything. And the person who ended up proving that to the world is the Cheeseball Man. But just like every story, let's start at the beginning. And this one starts in New York, because there's your chance if you're living there and you're walking around inside of the open world, you may have seen a poster like this going around, which is someone trying to advertise an event of them eating a whole container of cheese balls. Which this poster is just extremely interesting for multiple reasons. One, it's just the picture that he's using in general. You have a man sitting there wearing a bright orange mask, holding a container of cheese balls extremely aggressively, like he actually looks like he's holding it hostage. I feel bad for it right now because of the grip that he's holding that container with, and also the idea of it is just something extremely goofy. Hey, I'm gonna go over to this park and I'm gonna just devour this whole container. It's going to be insane. And also the snack that he decided to use, cheese balls, is also something that's very interesting to me, because I swear this is something that I don't see anyone talk about on the internet at all. And that is something extremely confusing because I think cheese balls taste extremely good. Even though I am completely well aware they taste the same just like every single generic cheese puff that you can go and buy at the store. Really, just insert any brand, all of them just taste the same. And I know that's gonna piss some people off, but hey, this is one case where it's actually true. I know they just taste like that, but I just refuse to accept the reality, and I know for a fact that cheese balls taste a little different. Okay, it's just way more better to eat a bunch of balls inside of your mouth. Wow, that came out sounding extremely weird, but I'm just gonna go with it. It's just way more better to have a bunch of balls inside of your mouth than eating just a generic cheese puff. But this guy was able to do something that thousands of companies are not able to do, and that is just to make an extremely good ad that just makes tons of people extremely interested. And this guy basically just did it for free, because I know for a fact it did not take him a long time to make this whole poster. And man, did his advertisement campaign succeed, because when the time finally came and he went down to the park to eat those cheese balls, hundreds of people were there to see him complete this extremely difficult task. And it is something that is so big that during the whole event, there were tons of videos on Twitter and on TikTok documented the event, and I want to go and show you some.
Eat those balls! Eat those balls! Eat those balls! Eat those balls!
Starting at 3:03.
I just want to see the reaction of someone who have absolutely no idea what's going on. Like, he didn't see the poster, and they're not really that much on the internet, and they're just walking, minding their own business, just to see hundreds of people gathering around a person, screaming, "Eat those balls! Eat those balls!" As you have a man sitting down there in the middle, eating a bunch of cheese balls, and you can tell that this is something extremely difficult, because when he's lifting up the balls, trying to make a dramatic scene, I know he's just doing that to stall time, because his hands are shaking. And man, I don't blame him at all, because eating a whole container of cheese balls must just be something extremely hard to do, because I can't even imagine doing something like that. I think I'll just get halfway through and I'll actually just collapse. My arteries will just automatically clog and I'll just log out for the rest of eternity. That is a wild task.
You can do it! You can... Cheeseball Man! Cheeseball Man! Cheeseball Man! Cheeseball Man!
I usually don't really wish I was there, like when I see events, but not this one. I think it will actually be extremely cool if I was able to see the cheese ball event IRL, and I just love how hyped the crowd is. They're like hyping the guy up, saying that, hey, you can go and do this, you can go and devour all those cheese balls. He basically just made a community out of just a meme. Now, obviously, when he was done completing his legendary task, there were some people able to talk to him, and there were just some quotes going around, so I want to go and read some. You know, he was saying stuff like, I'm in so much pain when he was 10 minutes in, and I'm gonna be honest, I can only imagine how painful that must be having a belly full of cheese puffs, but he didn't give up. The crowd was cheering him on, he had to move on. I'm not the cheese puff guy. All of us over here, we are all the cheese puff man. I never seen something so poetic and beautiful in an extremely long time. And this one probably have to be my favorite. At the end of the challenge, when he was done eating all the cheese balls, he ended up saying that he was actually allergic to gluten. So this man basically just gave himself a one-way ticket to be held hostage to a toilet for probably like a whole day. Because I think if you're just someone who's not allergic to gluten and you eat a whole container of cheese balls, your digestive system is going to be fighting the battle of its life. So that, on top of being allergic to gluten, man is going to be having an extremely bad time. But you know what? I think it was worth it for what this guy was able to achieve. And he ended up saying that this was one of his dreams that he wanted to do. He wanted to have an event of him eating a bunch of cheese balls. And you know what? I'm all for people following their dreams and achieving it. And the fact that he was able to do something like that, if that's not a motivational story, I don't know what is. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. This is just something that I wanted to talk about. You have a good day or night.